What's going on, guys? It is Parker here. In today's video, we're going to be a little bit more budget-minded. Lots of y'all are just getting into bass or just want a little bit of bang in your trunk. So, we're going to be looking at the Skar SDR12, which comes in right under $100. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so let's get right into it. Of course, this is the Skar SDR12. This is a dual 4-ohm subwoofer, and it claims to be 600 watts RMS. It has a 2.5-inch copper-coated aluminum voice coil. Of course, dual 4-ohm. The frequency range is 32 Hz to 300 Hz. Ferrite magnet. Cutout diameter is 10.83 inches, and the mounting depth is 6.61 inches. And then the very top to the very bottom is 7.76 inches. So, all good there. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. First off, we have a Skar decal. Goes that way, I suppose. But yeah, very cool. We'll definitely be putting that on the Sequoia. And then we have our user manual over here. 600 watts RMS, 1200 max. Sensitivity is 84.7. Paper cone. So this says the voice coil wire is copper, whereas on the box it said CCA, which is copper coated aluminum. So that's a little odd. It is a 4-layer voice coil though, so that's very cool. Our FS is 32, and there are the other specs right in there for anybody who cares. For a sealed box, it wants 1.02 cubic feet. And then for a ported box, it says 1.71 cubic feet, and then tuned to 28 Hz. So that is tuned pretty low. Alright guys, since we're talking about the box, might as well show y'all what I picked up. So this is Skar's 12-inch prefab box. Now I know some of y'all are going to just light up the comments saying how terrible it is that I got a prefab box, so just please hear me out here. I'm going to be doing a series with more really budget-minded subs, stuff around that $100 range, and all your people buying budget stuff like that aren't going to go build a box. Very few of them are, at least. So, without a sub, this is 2 cubic feet, and it is tuned to 36 Hz. It's actually really pretty good for a prefab box. Most prefab boxes, one of the reasons they're so bad is one, build quality is bad, and then two, they're normally tuned pretty high just so they'll get louder, but this being tuned at 36 Hz is actually really pretty awesome. Now, I could go and build one to the exact same specs, and then it would be a custom box, and it would be the exact same. So again, for this series where I'm going to be doing some more budget-minded stuff for all you budget-minded people out there who can't just drop a ton of money on subs and who don't have the resources or knowledge how to build your own box, this right here should be a great box for testing out a lot of these subs. Here it is. Let's get a quick look at it. Skar makes very impressive looking subs. This thing has a huge fat surround on it. Now, in my opinion, for a sub like this, it's actually not the best thing, and I will tell you why here in a minute, but we'll just kind of get a quick look at it. So to start out with the top of the sub, of course, we have a dust cap, of course, more on the flimsy side, but that's not going to matter. The sub isn't, going to be flexing that hard. And then we have our paper cone, which is decently stiff, will be plenty for the power that this sub is going to be seeing. Then we have this huge fat surround, and of course does allow for some nice excursion. Of course, we're not going to have that much at this low power of a sub, but I'm going to tell y'all why having this fat of a surround may not be the best idea. When you're dealing with subs pushing that can handle less power, you really want to get as much volume out of them as you can. And by having a really fat surround, you're taking up cone area. And now the more cone area you have, the less power you need to make higher volumes. So yeah, having this big, fat, kind of unnecessary surround is taking up cone area. So you're not going to get as loud as you probably could if they had made maybe a thinner surround. It could have been still a high roll, but it didn't need to be quite so fat. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's going to sound fine, I'm sure, but that is just something to note. Moving down to here, of course we have a stamped steel basket, which will be just fine. Definitely what you would expect to see on a sub like this. We have some push terminals right here. They feel fine. This over here, of course, feels a little flimsy. I don't really like when they connect them this way, but that is super common on these subs around this price, so I can't really knock it. Then, of course, we have our sewn-in tinsel leads going to the voice coil. And this is a dual voice coil, which is cool to see a dual voice coil. And then down here, we have the motor. I'm not exactly sure what size this motor is, but again, for $100 sub, it looks pretty average. It is a single stack, which is interesting. Normally you'll see like a double, two thinner double stacks, but again, doesn't matter. Nice little top and bottom plate. And then in here we do have the coil, and it does look like a copper coil. Now whether it's full copper or copper coated aluminum, not sure. Kind of weird that it said both, but anyway, it's not going to make a difference. And then we do have center venting and pole venting around the side. Alright guys, we're going to be doing a couple comparisons in this video. First one over here, we have the Sound Cubed HDS2. Had a video on this quite a while ago. Both these subs look super similar. Let's take a look at both of these. Now over here, I think this has a much more reasonable surround. It's a high roll surround, but it's a lot thinner. So you do get more cone area than something like this. Now yeah, this looks cool, but in my opinion, I like this surround a whole lot better. Other than that, we have very similar tinsel leads on both of them, and very similar motor sizes as well. Motors actually look to be almost identical. Of course, this one has a little boot over it, but they're not identical, but they are pretty close. Alright guys, one more comparison for you, just in case you're trying to decide which sub from Skar you want. Over here we have the SDR, of course, and then the SVR, and then the DDX. Now, I have reviews of both of these subs on my channel, so go check them out, just so y'all can kind of see the size difference. Of course, this is $99. This, I believe, was $129, and then this is $159. So, something really in all those lower price points. So let's take a quick look over them, just so you can kind of see how they compare. The big difference here is, of course, the motor on this thing. Definitely a good deal bigger motor. The basket, dust cap is different too, but the motor is the big difference. And then over here, just a total difference. We actually have a lot smaller. It's kind of funny. This has the biggest surround, and then as the subs get bigger, the surrounds get smaller, which is very interesting. But then we got, of course, this guy right here, the biggest one. Huge 200-ounce motor on a sub that's only 160. And of course, there's awesome leads in there. So, yeah, guys, just a quick little comparison in case y'all were wondering. Alright, so running this in parallel, we have our positive and our negative for each wire hooked up here. Now, unfortunately, Skar didn't really give a lot of extra wire, but we should be able to make it work. Just remember, positive to positive, negative to negative. Then we just drop that right in here. Get it lined up the way we want it. We should be good to go. Well guys, there it is in the box. Looks awesome. Sorry lighting in here isn't too good, but yeah. It is snowing outside right now, but gonna try to get this in the Jeep tomorrow, and we'll start testing her out. Super quick update on Project Sequoia. I got a bunch of stuff in from Sky High just the other day. Now, as y'all know, I ordered an amp from them too, but it showed up damaged, but they were very quick at sending me a return postage, so that will be going back to them tomorrow, and hopefully the replacement amp will be coming in soon. But let's take a look at what we got going on here. To start out with, we have 50 feet of 0 gauge OFC wire. Big old stuff. This thing is a heavy spool of wire right here. So yeah, we're going to be running 2 strands of wire from the front of the car to the back. We have a bunch of goodies over here from them. Now I love these things. They're only $10. I have one in my car at the moment, so got some extras. That'll be awesome. And then we have a bunch of terminals. We have some things for the batteries as well. Bunch of heat shrink. Yeah, guys, going to be awesome. And then we have several really big, pretty big AGMs over here that I have been collecting. So yeah, guys, going to be awesome. Cannot wait to get working on that as soon as we get some decent weather.
Okay.
If y'all have seen, guys, it gets pretty loud and it really can take some power. We were getting up to around 800 or so, staying between 6 and 8 pretty consistently, and I really didn't even smell it. So far, doing pretty good. Let's play a few more songs. Alright guys, this song right here, anyway, it's tuned to 25 hertz. This thing will really make this thing flex. We'll see how well it does in the really lows. Not expecting it to be great, I'm such a cheap sub, but this will really put it to the test. Alright guys, it definitely tried there, and then actually hits the loads decently well, but it really started to stink, so I cut it down pretty quick. Yeah, it does have some pretty good excursion though, so pretty cool there, but again, stinking just a little bit, so we're going to give it a few minutes to cool off, and then we'll play some more. We got up to right in the 137s. Not too bad for a $100 sub in a prefab box that's tuned decently low. Alright, time to play everybody's favorite song. This is LTE by Suicide Boys. So it started getting pretty stinky there again too. Don't really particularly want to blow it right at the moment. So we're going to cut it off there. But guys, it really seems to be pretty decent. I played it for a good while at its RMS power or even a little bit above, and it seemed to do just fine on normal music. But on some of this decaf music, it just doesn't really seem to like it that much. It's already getting warm. Felt the dust cap and it was pretty warm, and it really started to stink pretty bad. So just something to take note. Now, the one sub at this price point that I've noticed that seemed to really handle the lows pretty well was the AudioPipe BDC2. That sub is also $100, and that, in my opinion, has been the best sub that I've tested right at $100. That sub, I played like a heavy decaf music for 4 minutes straight. Got the whole thing on video. Y'all should go check out that video. Anyway, yeah, I did that straight and didn't even smell it. It was playing a lot harder than I had this one pushing for sure. But still, for $100, guys, this sub is not too bad. However, I am not overly impressed with it. Again, it's kind of what you would expect from most subs right at that $100 point. Whereas the BDC2, that thing was awesome. And then guys, this box sounds awesome. Being tuned to 36 Hertz, it really sounds really good, and I am very, very happy with it. Anyway guys, let me know what you want me to review next. Next video will probably be running on the Wire and the Sequoia, so stay tuned for that. I will be leaving a link in the description to where you can pick this sub up. That will be an affiliate link, so it does help out the channel. So if you do really want to get it, and you can check it out through that link, that would be awesome. Would help me out a lot and help me to be able to pick up more subs to review for y'all. Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day.